How to be silently attractive. 12 socially attractive habits. Stoic habits. In today's world, where everyone is trying to stand out and be noticed, the quiet strength of silence is often overlooked. The ancient Stoics knew the incredible power of stillness and how it could draw people in without uttering a single word. Picture yourself walking into a room and becoming the center of attention, not because you're the loudest, but because your presence speaks volumes without saying anything. This isn't just an ancient ideal. It's something you can master right now. In this video, we'll explore how you can cultivate silent attraction with 12 socially attractive habits, all rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism. It's more than just making an impression. It's about leaving a lasting impact without even trying. If you've ever felt drowned out in a noisy world, now is the time to let your quiet strength shine. Join us as we uncover the secrets to becoming effortlessly magnetic. If you find value in this journey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share the video, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next lesson. Habit number 1. Be you. To thine own self, be true. William Shakespeare. In a world overflowing with noise, trends, and expectations, the greatest power you hold is your authenticity. Too often we lose ourselves trying to fit into molds that society or even those around us have created. But true attraction, the kind that resonates deeply and silently, begins when we stop hiding who we truly are and allow our authentic selves to shine. This isn't just about self-expression. It's about the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature. When you're fully yourself, you become aligned with your values, your character, and the world around you in a way that's effortlessly magnetic. Being authentically you is the foundation of becoming silently attractive, and this concept is rooted in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Stoicism teaches that when we align our actions with our true selves, we naturally project a presence that is captivating without needing to demand attention. When you're true to yourself, you're not striving to be noticed or trying to conform to others' expectations. Instead, you operate with an inner strength that speaks for itself, creating an aura of confidence that doesn't need to be spoken about. It simply exists. In modern life, it's easy to lose sight of this in the endless push for validation, where people are often more concerned with how they appear than who they truly are. But take a moment to reflect on the most magnetic people in your life. They're often those who are unapologetically themselves. They aren't trying to be anything other than who they are, and that's what makes them stand out. Think about what happens when you mask your thoughts, mute your interests, or alter your opinions to fit in with the crowd. Not only are you diminishing your unique strengths, but you're also setting up barriers between yourself and others. Over time, this can lead to a deep sense of dissatisfaction and unease because you're living out of sync with your true nature. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." That wisdom still holds today. When you are authentically yourself, people are drawn to you because they can sense that you're genuine. This creates trust and respect, qualities that are the core of silent attraction. Rather than trying to blend in or seek external validation, embrace who you are, flaws and all. The quirks, the passions, even the vulnerabilities. These are the things that make you human, and ultimately attractive in a way that can't be fabricated. The world today is filled with people striving to be perfect, but perfection is often sterile and lifeless. It's the imperfect, authentic individual who garners attention and respect. As Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This quote challenges us to reflect on who we want to be and, more importantly, to live in a way that reflects that intention. So, how do you embrace being yourself in a society that often encourages conformity? The answer lies in self-reflection and self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your values, passions, and what truly brings you joy. Once you have a clear understanding of these core aspects of yourself, live them out unapologetically. Being true to yourself doesn't mean you're always comfortable. In fact, the journey to authenticity often involves standing up for your beliefs and opinions, even when others disagree or try to sway you. It means rejecting the pressure to conform to societal expectations, which can be intimidating, especially in a world where conformity is often rewarded. However, it is in this steadfastness where true confidence is built. The Stoics believed that by aligning with virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you would find inner peace, and that peace radiates outward in a way that others find naturally attractive. As Seneca once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This quote speaks directly to the heart of being you. When you crave the approval of others, you are poor in spirit, constantly looking for something outside yourself to fill the void. But when you find contentment within, accepting yourself as you are, you embody a quiet confidence that cannot be shaken by external forces. In modern life, this can translate to something as simple as not feeling the need to constantly post on social media for validation, or not adjusting your personality to fit into every social circle you encounter. When you are yourself, you attract people who are drawn to the real you, not the version of yourself you think they want to see. This creates more meaningful, lasting connections, whether in personal relationships or professional endeavors. People appreciate authenticity, and they can spot it instantly. In contrast, those who are disingenuous or constantly shifting to please others may get temporary attention, but they rarely earn deep respect. This is why authenticity is not only the foundation of silent attraction, but also the bedrock of trust. Trust builds relationships, and relationships are where influence and attraction truly lie. In today's world, where everyone seems to be projecting a version of themselves to the outside world, being true to who you are is both a rare and attractive trait. It's an approach that allows you to stand out without trying, to be noticed without forcing it. The quiet confidence of being yourself is a form of silent power, and those who embody it naturally draw others in. The Stoics remind us that virtue, especially authenticity, is the highest form of excellence a person can strive for. In the end, the true you is enough. Habit number 2, style with substance. Style is a language that doesn't need words. How we present ourselves to the world speaks volumes about who we are, what we value, and how we want to be perceived. But let's be clear. Style is not just about following fashion trends or wearing expensive clothes. Real style, the kind that resonates with others, comes from aligning your outer appearance with your inner self. It's about choosing clothing, grooming, and accessories that reflect your personality, your values, and your purpose. As Epictetus once said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This idea captures the essence of style with substance. Your outward appearance should be a reflection of your inner character, not just a superficial attempt to fit in with the latest trends. When you dress with intention and authenticity, you project a sense of confidence and self-assuredness that is undeniably attractive. Now, think about this. How do you feel when you wear something that genuinely represents who you are? It's more than just comfort. It's empowerment. Your style becomes an extension of your inner world, a way to communicate without speaking. The Stoics believed that every aspect of life, including how we present ourselves, should be approached with purpose. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." This means that your external presentation, your style, is an expression of your internal state. When your appearance reflects your authentic self, it adds depth to your presence and draws people in without you needing to shout for attention. The key is not to overthink it, but to stay true to who you are. In today's world, where we're constantly bombarded by images of what we should, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. It's not about impressing others or keeping up with the latest fashion fads. Instead, ask yourself, does what I'm wearing make me feel like the best version of myself? Does it reflect my values, my personality, and my goals? When you answer these questions honestly, you'll find that your style naturally aligns with your substance. For instance, think about Steve Jobs, who famously wore the same black turtleneck jeans and sneakers every day. It wasn't about fashion, it was about simplicity, focus, and clarity. His style reflected his minimalist philosophy and his desire to remove distractions from his life. People were drawn to him not because of what he wore, but because his style was a reflection of his unwavering dedication to his work and his values. Let's take a moment to reflect on the impact of style in our daily lives. How often do we judge others based on their appearance? More importantly, how often do we feel judged? Style with substance is about transcending these judgments and using your appearance as a tool for self-expression. When you dress with intention, you're not dressing for others, you're dressing for yourself. This creates a powerful sense of confidence and authenticity that others can't help but notice. As you move through the world, people will be drawn to your silent confidence, your clear sense of who you are. But it's important to remember that style is not static. Just as we grow and evolve as individuals, our style should evolve too. Life's circumstances change, and with them, so should our presentation. What worked for you 5 or 10 years ago may no longer align with who you are today, and that's okay. The key is to remain mindful and adaptable, ensuring that your outer appearance continues to reflect your inner growth. When you allow your style to evolve with your journey, it remains authentic, fresh, and engaging. This adaptability is not only practical, but it also reflects a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you. Consider how you can apply this idea in your own life. Have you ever experienced a time when what you were wearing made you feel completely out of sync with who you are? Maybe it was a formal event where you wore a suit or dress that didn't feel right. Or perhaps it was a casual day when you threw on something that made you feel invisible. These moments teach us the importance of being intentional with how we present ourselves. Style is a powerful tool for communicating who you are before you even say a word. So what does it mean to have style with substance in modern life? It's about authenticity, confidence, and intentionality. It's about understanding that what you wear is not about following a rulebook, but about expressing the core of who you are. As we've discussed, the Stoics taught us that living in harmony with our true nature is the path to fulfillment and peace. This idea extends to your style as well. When you wear clothing that feels authentic to you, it not only boosts your confidence, but also helps you move through the world with a quiet strength. As you go through your day, think about how your style reflects who you are. Is it aligned with your values? Does it make you feel empowered and comfortable in your own skin? If not, it's time to make some adjustments. Start by looking at your wardrobe and asking yourself whether the clothes you own still represent who you are today. If they don't, it's time to let them go and replace them with pieces that do. This process of refining your style is an ongoing journey, just like personal growth. The lesson here is clear. Style with substance is not about what you wear, it's about how you wear it. It's about presenting yourself in a way that reflects your true self, your values, and your purpose. When you align your outer appearance with your inner character, you create a powerful, silent attraction that speaks louder than words. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This applies to how you present yourself to the world. When your style reflects the strength of your character, you naturally attract others without even trying. So, take control of your style, make it your own, and let it be an extension of the authentic, powerful person you are. Habit number 3. The silent language of the body. Your body speaks long before your mouth does. In fact, your body language is often more powerful than words. Think about it. How many times have you noticed someone enter a room and immediately felt their presence without them saying a word? Their posture, their gestures, their movements, all of these elements silently communicate a great deal about them. In the realm of silent attraction, mastering the language of the body is crucial. As Epictetus said, We have two ears and one mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. In this case, it's not just about what you hear, but also about how you interpret and project nonverbal cues. By being aware of your body language, you're already sending a message, whether you realize it or not. When you carry yourself with confidence, even in silence, people take notice. Your posture is the first thing people see, and it sends an instant signal of either strength or weakness. Are your shoulders back, spine straight, head held high? Or are you slouched, closed off, and hunched over? Good posture doesn't just make you appear more confident, it actually affects how you feel about yourself. Studies have shown that when you stand tall and maintain an open posture, you feel more in control, more positive, and more approachable. This aligns perfectly with Stoic wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." How you hold your body is something you can control, and doing so reinforces the strength of your mind and presence. But it doesn't stop at posture. Your facial expressions, eye contact, and gestures also play a significant role in how people perceive you. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone's facial expressions didn't match their words? It creates discomfort and distrust. This is why Stoicism emphasizes coherence between your inner self and outer actions. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." In other words, your thoughts and emotions influence how you present yourself, and others can pick up on that. So, if you want to embody silent attraction, your body language needs to be aligned with your thoughts and intentions. When you maintain steady eye contact, you convey sincerity, confidence, and attentiveness. It tells the other person that you are present in the moment, fully engaged with what's happening. Conversely, avoiding eye contact or constantly looking away may signal insecurity or disinterest. Your gestures also carry weight. Have you noticed how charismatic people use their hands when they speak? Their movements are purposeful, flowing naturally with their words, reinforcing their message without seeming forced or exaggerated. On the other hand, nervous fidgeting or closed-off gestures, such as crossing your arms, can create a barrier between you and the people you're interacting with. The Stoics believe that our actions should align with our virtues. Just as we strive to cultivate wisdom, courage, and self-discipline in our thoughts, we should also reflect these virtues in our body language. Imagine how much more powerful your presence would be if your gestures matched your intentions, quietly signaling confidence and calm without needing to say a word. Now, let's tie this into the modern world. Have you ever been in a meeting or a social event and noticed someone who, without speaking, commanded the room? It wasn't because they were the loudest or most flamboyant person there, but because their body language exuded self-assurance. This kind of presence comes from being mindful of your body and its signals. It's a lesson that applies to all aspects of life, from business negotiations to social gatherings to one-on-one conversations. Even in the age of digital communication, where so much happens behind screens, body language still plays a huge role in face-to-face interactions. Whether it's a job interview, a date, or just hanging out with friends, the way you carry yourself speaks volumes. So, how can you start mastering the silent language of the body? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to how you hold yourself in different situations. Are you closed off when talking to someone new? Do you avoid eye contact during uncomfortable conversations? Take note of your habits and consciously work on improving them. Stand tall, keep your body open, and make sure your expressions reflect your genuine feelings. Practicing mindfulness can help you become more aware of your body language. When you are fully present in a moment, you're more likely to project confidence and authenticity through your body. Here's a thought-provoking question for you. When was the last time you really thought about what your body is saying? If someone were to observe you for 5 minutes, would they be able to tell that you are confident, calm, and in control? Or would they see signs of insecurity, tension, or discomfort? This kind of reflection is important because it helps you identify areas where you can improve. Remember, silent attraction is about more than just looking good. It's about feeling good in your own skin and projecting that through every fiber of your being. The silent language of the body is a powerful tool that can help you become more attractive and magnetic without uttering a single word. It's about aligning your physical presence with your inner values and letting your body speak for you in ways that words often cannot. As Seneca once said, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." The journey to mastering your body language may not be easy, but it's an essential step towards achieving that silent strength and quiet confidence that Stoic philosophy teaches us. By being mindful of how you carry yourself, by ensuring that your posture, expressions, and gestures are in harmony with your true self, you can cultivate a presence that draws people in naturally. Habit number 4, the subtle scent of sophistication. Have you ever entered a room and felt the presence of someone before they even said a word? It wasn't because of what they were wearing, their hairstyle, or the way they walked. It was something more subtle, something less tangible, but just as powerful. This is the essence of the subtle scent of sophistication. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Similarly, the impression you leave on others often goes beyond what they see or hear. It's the intangible aspects, such as your scent, that can leave a lasting mark. Just like how your thoughts shape your character, the scent you carry becomes an extension of your personality and presence. In modern society, we often overlook the power of fragrance. However, throughout history, scent has played a crucial role in attraction, status, and identity. The subtle art of selecting a fragrance that aligns with who you are is just as important as the clothes you wear or the words you speak. When done right, your scent becomes a signature, something people remember long after you've left the room. Think of it like this. When someone smells a fragrance they associate with you, they're instantly reminded of you, even if you're not around. This connection is powerful and ties directly into the idea of silent attraction. You don't need to say anything. Your scent does the talking for you. However, it's essential to choose a fragrance that reflects your true self and not just a popular brand or trend. This is where many people go wrong. They think wearing an expensive or trendy cologne will make them more attractive. But sophistication isn't about following the crowd. It's about knowing who you are and letting that reflect in every aspect of your presentation, including your scent. Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This applies perfectly to choosing a fragrance. The scent you choose should resonate with your personality and values. Are you calm and collected, preferring subtle, earthy tones? Or are you bold and adventurous, drawn to rich, spicy notes? The fragrance you wear is an extension of your character, so it's crucial to pick one that feels authentic to you. One mistake many men make is overwhelming others with their cologne. Instead of creating an inviting aura, it becomes overpowering and off-putting. The Stoics, who believed in moderation in all things, would remind us that less is often more. As Seneca wisely stated, "It is quality rather than quantity that matters." Applying this principle to fragrance means wearing just enough so that people get a subtle hint when they're close to you, rather than announcing your presence from across the room. A sophisticated scent should invite people in, making them want to lean closer to catch more of it, not push them away. Scent, when chosen wisely, creates an emotional connection. Have you ever experienced how a particular smell can trigger memories or emotions from years ago? The human brain links scent with memory and emotion, meaning that the fragrance you wear can help form a lasting impression. For example, the smell of fresh pine might remind someone of a serene forest, or a hint of leather may evoke the feeling of strength and confidence. When you understand the emotional power of scent, you can use it to your advantage, enhancing your silent attraction without having to say a word. Think of fragrance as a personal statement, one that requires mindfulness. Just like how you wouldn't wear a loud, flashy outfit to a formal event, your scent should be chosen with care for different settings. A light, fresh scent might be perfect for daytime activities or casual settings, while a richer, deeper fragrance may be more suited to an evening out or a formal occasion. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This can be applied to how you choose and use your fragrance. Small, intentional choices can have a significant impact on how you're perceived by others. Now let's tie this into modern life. In a world where first impressions matter, your scent can play a subtle yet critical role in how people perceive you. Think about a business meeting or a date. You've taken the time to dress well, to choose the right words, and to project confidence. But your scent, this often overlooked detail, can either complete the picture or detract from it. When someone is sitting across from you, engaging in conversation, they are subconsciously taking in everything about you, including how you smell. A well-chosen scent will reinforce the image of a man who is in control, sophisticated, and self-aware. On the other hand, an overpowering or mismatched scent might create a negative impression that's hard to shake. So how do you ensure your fragrance enhances your silent attractiveness rather than working against it? Start by understanding the power of subtlety. Just as you wouldn't interrupt someone mid-sentence to make your point, your scent shouldn't dominate the conversation. A touch of fragrance applied to your pulse points, behind your ears, on your wrists, and maybe a dab on your chest, is more than enough. This ensures that as you move through your day, your scent leaves a quiet, lasting impression without overwhelming those around you. A good story to reflect on the power of subtle scent can be found in professional settings. Picture a high-powered executive, dressed impeccably, walking into a meeting. Everything about him exudes control, confidence, and sophistication. He doesn't speak loudly or rush to make an impression. Instead, his presence is felt before he says a word. As he sits down, those around him catch a subtle whiff of his cologne. Nothing overpowering, just enough to complement the persona he's projecting. It's these small details that separate someone who is merely well-dressed from someone who commands respect and attention. As we wrap up this exploration of the subtle scent of sophistication, it's crucial to remember that the goal isn't to impress others with what you wear or how much fragrance you apply. Instead, it's about creating an authentic, silent allure that enhances your presence. As with all aspects of Stoic philosophy, the key is moderation, mindfulness, and alignment between your outer presentation and your inner character. Let your scent be an invitation, not a statement, a whisper rather than a shout. The lesson here is clear. True sophistication is not about excess. It's about knowing yourself, embracing subtlety, and letting your silent attraction speak for itself. As Epictetus reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. The same can be said of how you present yourself. Less can indeed be more when done with intention and purpose. Thank you so much for being here and taking the time to watch this video on our channel. I hope you found it insightful and useful for your personal growth. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 4 habits resonates with you the most, and how do you plan to apply it in your daily life? If you're not sure where to start with your comment, feel free to share how you think practicing quiet confidence can impact your relationships or any personal experiences you've had with Stoic habits. Let's continue the conversation. Habit number 5, manners that mesmerize. When you think of silent attraction, your mind might first go to appearance, charisma, or confidence. But there's another key aspect that often goes unnoticed: your manners. It's easy to underestimate the impact of simple, thoughtful actions. But in reality, good manners can be a powerful form of silent communication. As Epictetus wisely said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This philosophy applies to how you interact with others. When you approach interactions with respect, grace, and empathy, it sets you apart in a world where these qualities are often overlooked. Manners are more than just saying please and thank you. They reflect your inner character, your self-control, and your ability to connect with others on a deeper level. Think about the last time you were in a social situation. whether it was at a dinner party, a work meeting, or even a casual get-together with friends. How did people behave? You likely remember someone who was particularly considerate, someone whose subtle gestures, holding a door open, actively listening, or offering a kind word, left a lasting impression. That's the power of manners that mesmerize. They don't shout for attention, but they command respect and admiration. Manners are a form of silent communication that speaks louder than words. They show others that you're not just thinking about yourself, but that you're mindful of their experience too. In a world where people often rush through interactions, simply being present and attentive can make you stand out. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is living in accordance with virtue, and manners are an extension of this. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Applying this to manners means you don't need to announce your good intentions or try to convince others of your character. You simply demonstrate it through your actions. When you treat others with kindness, respect, and thoughtfulness, you not only enhance your own silent attractiveness but also build stronger connections. People feel more at ease around someone who shows consideration, and this naturally draws them closer. Let's bring this into modern life. We live in a fast-paced, often disconnected world where communication happens more through screens than face-to-face. Despite this, good manners still have the power to bridge the gap. Whether it's how you compose an email, how you conduct yourself in a meeting, or how you interact with a server at a restaurant, every small action reflects who you are. Manners may seem like small things, but over time, they add up to form an image of someone who is confident, respectful, and quietly captivating. How often do we find ourselves rushing through interactions, barely acknowledging the person in front of us? It's easy to get lost in the speed of modern life, but taking a moment to practice good manners can be incredibly impactful. Consider this. Have you ever been in a conversation where the other person was clearly not listening? Maybe they were checking their phone or just waiting for their turn to speak. How did that make you feel? Now think about the opposite, a conversation where the person was fully engaged, genuinely listening, and responding thoughtfully. It likely left you feeling valued and respected. That's the effect of good manners. When you give someone your full attention, you're showing them that they matter, and this makes you more attractive without having to say a word. A great example of this is in professional settings. Picture a business leader who's not only successful, but is known for treating everyone with the same level of respect, from the janitor to the executive team. This leader doesn't need to boast about their achievements because their character speaks for itself. They lead with grace, understanding, and humility. It's these quiet, powerful actions that people remember and respect long after the initial meeting. Good manners in this context are not about formality, but about genuine kindness and understanding. It's about treating people as you would want to be treated, regardless of their status or position. So, how can you start developing manners that mesmerize? Begin by being mindful of how you interact with others. Do you listen actively in conversations, or are you thinking about what you'll say next? Do you acknowledge those around you with a smile or a greeting, or do you rush by without a second thought? Start small. Hold the door open for someone, offer a genuine compliment, or simply make eye contact and smile. These small gestures create a ripple effect, not only improving your interactions, but also fostering a sense of connection and mutual respect. Another key to mastering mesmerizing manners is practicing empathy. As Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." This speaks to the idea that every interaction, no matter how brief or insignificant it may seem, is an opportunity to show kindness. Whether you're dealing with a colleague, a stranger, or a loved one, approaching the interaction with empathy allows you to connect on a deeper level. Empathy means understanding the feelings of others and adjusting your behavior accordingly. If someone is upset, you respond with patience and compassion. If someone is happy, you share in their joy. It's this ability to tune into others that makes your presence not only attractive but also comforting. The lesson is simple. Manners matter. They are a reflection of who you are on the inside and how you choose to engage with the world. In a society that often values quick wins and instant gratification, taking the time to practice good manners can set you apart in ways that are subtle but profound. As you work to improve yourself and build your silent attraction, remember that how you treat others speaks louder than any words you could say. By adopting manners that mesmerize, you'll not only improve your relationships, but also create an atmosphere of respect, trust, and quiet confidence wherever you go. And that in itself is a form of silent power. Habit number 6, being fully present. When you're fully present with someone, whether it's in a conversation or simply sharing space, you give them something that is becoming increasingly scarce: your full attention. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If your thoughts are scattered, if you're constantly thinking about the next thing on your to-do list, you can't give the quality of attention that the moment deserves. Being present isn't just about listening. It's about immersing yourself fully in whatever you're doing, without letting your mind wander to the past or the future. Consider the last time you had a meaningful conversation with someone. How did you feel when they truly listened to you? When they gave you their undivided attention without checking their phone or looking distracted? It's a rare feeling, isn't it? It makes you feel valued, heard, and respected. Now think about the opposite. When someone was only half listening or multitasking while you were talking. It's frustrating and leaves you feeling like your time doesn't matter. This is why being fully present is such a powerful habit in the art of silent attraction. When you're present, you send a clear message: you matter, and I'm here with you. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel seen, and presence is the key to creating that connection. Being present also ties directly into Stoic philosophy. As Epictetus taught, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. You might not be able to control the distractions around you, but you can control where you place your focus. When you choose to be fully present, you demonstrate self-mastery and discipline, two core Stoic principles. This level of focus shows that you're not at the mercy of your environment, but rather that you've taken charge of your mind and your actions. In modern life, this can mean putting your phone away during a conversation, taking a few moments to breathe before reacting to a stressful situation, or simply paying full attention to a task without letting your mind jump to the next thing. But how often do we actually practice this? Ask yourself, when was the last time you were truly present in a conversation? Not just listening, but really absorbing the words, the tone, and the emotions of the other person. When was the last time you did one thing at a time without thinking about what comes next or what happened before? Being present requires effort, and it's not something that comes naturally in today's fast-paced world. But the rewards of this practice are immense. When you're present, people feel that you're genuinely there with them. Your interactions become more meaningful, your connections deeper, and you project a calm, composed energy that others are naturally drawn to. Let's bring this idea into everyday life. Have you ever noticed how certain people can command a room without speaking loudly or seeking attention? They seem calm, centered, and at peace with their surroundings. They're fully engaged in whatever they're doing, and this quiet confidence is magnetic. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, it's about being the most grounded. When you're fully present, you exude a sense of control and stability, which makes people feel comfortable and safe in your presence. This is a critical aspect of silent attraction. It's not what you say or do, but how you make others feel, and when you're truly present, you create a space where others feel valued. But presence isn't just about your interactions with others. It's also about your relationship with yourself. Being fully present means acknowledging where you are at this very moment, without judgment or distraction. It means accepting what you can and cannot control, as the Stoics teach, and focusing on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius advised, confine yourself to the present. This wisdom encourages us to stop worrying about the past or the future and to live fully in the now. When you do this, you not only reduce anxiety and stress, but you also experience life more deeply. Whether you're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or enjoying a quiet moment of solitude, being present allows you to savor life's moments rather than rush through them. The question then is, how do you practice being fully present in a world filled with distractions? It starts with mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention to the present moment without judgment. It means being aware of your thoughts, your surroundings, and your emotions without letting them control you. For example, the next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to check your phone or think about what you're going to say next. Instead, focus entirely on the other person, their words, their body language, and their emotions. You'll find that not only do you become a better listener, but the quality of your interactions improves dramatically. Presence is about letting go of the need for constant stimulation. We're so used to filling every moment with noise, scrolling through social media, watching TV, or checking emails, that we've forgotten how to just be. But in those moments of stillness, when you're fully present with yourself and your surroundings, you discover a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. This is where true silent attraction lies, not in doing more, but in being fully aware of the moment you're in. Habit number 7, a touch of mystery. Mystery has a magnetic pull that's hard to resist. Think about the people you've been drawn to in your life. Often they aren't the ones who lay everything out on the table. Instead, they reveal themselves gradually, layer by layer, making you want to learn more. This is the essence of a touch of mystery. In the context of being silently attractive, it's about knowing when to speak and when to hold back, when to reveal, and when to leave things unsaid. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. In the same way, your character, depth, and attractiveness become more intriguing when you maintain a sense of mystery. You don't need to share everything about yourself immediately. Holding a little back allows people to discover you at their own pace, deepening their curiosity and engagement with you. Mystery doesn't mean being evasive or secretive. It's about being selective with what you reveal and when. We live in a world where oversharing has become the norm, with social media encouraging people to display every aspect of their lives. But when you choose to keep certain parts of yourself private, you naturally stand out. This restraint draws people in because they sense there's more to you than meets the eye. When others don't know everything about you, they're left wondering, intrigued, and curious. This is where true silent attraction lies, in creating a sense of depth that others want to explore. Just as Epictetus said, know first who you are and then adorn yourself accordingly. You should be mindful about how much of yourself you share with others. The art of mystery lies in revealing enough to be engaging, but withholding enough to maintain a sense of intrigue. A touch of mystery is not about playing games. It's about being authentic and thoughtful in how you communicate. You don't need to pretend to be someone you're not, or create an artificial image. Instead, you should focus on being true to yourself while understanding the power of keeping certain aspects of your life private. In modern life, where everyone is constantly trying to be seen and heard, the person who is more reserved, who listens more than they speak, stands out. This kind of person naturally commands attention without ever needing to demand it. By being more deliberate with your words and actions, you cultivate an air of quiet confidence that others find irresistible. People will come to realize that there's always more to you than what you initially present, and that's what keeps them coming back for more. Now, let's take this idea into everyday life. Think of the classic movie characters that have captivated audiences for decades. The ones who say little, but when they do speak, it's impactful. They aren't rushing to fill the silence. They're comfortable in it. They exude a quiet strength that leaves others guessing, wanting to know more. This approach is just as effective in real life. Whether you're at a social gathering, in a work meeting, or in a personal relationship, Maintaining an element of mystery creates an aura that draws people toward you. It's about knowing that you don't need to overshare or prove yourself to anyone. Instead, by simply being comfortable with who you are and sharing only when necessary, you become someone worth getting to know over time. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the value of inner reflection and self-awareness. By cultivating a touch of mystery, you're not only practicing self-restraint, but also encouraging others to engage with you in a deeper, more meaningful way. Seneca once said, "It is quality rather than quantity that matters." This applies perfectly to how much of yourself you reveal to others. By focusing on the quality of your interactions rather than the quantity of information you share, you create a lasting impression that goes beyond the surface level. In a world where many people are quick to share every detail of their lives, being more reserved allows you to stand out as someone who has depth and substance. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you encountered someone who didn't feel the need to talk about themselves constantly, who seemed to hold a quiet confidence that made you want to learn more? Chances are, that person left a lasting impression on you, not because of what they said, but because of what they didn't say. They gave you just enough to pique your interest, but not so much that you felt like you knew everything about them. This is the power of mystery. It invites others to engage with you, to be curious about you, and to want to spend more time with you. In relationships, whether personal or professional, a touch of mystery can strengthen your bonds with others. It's not about being distant or withholding important information, but rather about pacing how you reveal yourself. This keeps the dynamic fresh and exciting because there's always something new to discover. When people feel that there's more to you than what's immediately visible, they are naturally drawn to you. They want to peel back the layers, to see what's beneath the surface. This creates a stronger connection, one that is built on curiosity and mutual discovery, rather than on superficial exchanges of information. But how can you cultivate this habit of mystery in your daily life? Start by being mindful of how much you share in different situations. The next time you're in a conversation, resist the urge to immediately answer every question in full detail. Leave room for others to ask more, for the conversation to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean being vague or evasive, but rather being intentional about the information you provide. Focus on what's truly important in the moment and save the rest for later. By doing this, you create an opportunity for a deeper, more engaging conversation. It's also important to practice listening more than you speak. When you allow others to share their thoughts, feelings, and experiences without rushing to offer your own, you not only create a more balanced interaction but also maintain an air of mystery. People will appreciate that you're genuinely interested in them, rather than just waiting for your turn to talk. And in return, they'll be more curious about you because they've seen that you're not someone who feels the need to dominate the conversation. The lesson of cultivating a touch of mystery is about finding balance. It's about knowing yourself deeply, but revealing yourself slowly. It's about being confident enough in who you are that you don't need to share everything at once. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In this context, the injury we're talking about is the modern tendency to overshare and seek constant validation. By stepping away from that and embracing the art of mystery, you position yourself as someone of substance, someone worth knowing, but who reveals themselves on their own terms. And in that silence, in that space where you let others wonder, you cultivate a silent attraction that is far more powerful than anything words could convey. Habit number 8, cultural wisdom. Cultural wisdom is one of the most underrated yet powerful ways to become silently attractive. It's not just about being knowledgeable of different customs, languages, or traditions. It's about having the ability to connect with others on a deeper level, regardless of where they come from. Cultural wisdom allows you to appreciate the diversity of human experience, broadening your perspective and making you more understanding and empathetic. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This idea of constant change applies perfectly to the concept of cultural wisdom. In today's fast-paced, interconnected world, Being open to different cultures is a strength that not only enriches your life, but also makes you more attractive to others in a quiet, profound way. Think about the last time you interacted with someone who seemed genuinely interested in learning about your background or culture. Didn't it feel like they respected and valued you on a deeper level? That's the power of cultural wisdom. It's not just about knowing facts or speaking a few words in another language, but about demonstrating an authentic curiosity about how others live, think, and experience the world. When you possess this wisdom, people are naturally drawn to you because they sense that you are not limited by your own worldview. You are open, receptive, and willing to learn. This makes you relatable and approachable, which are key components of silent attraction. People want to be around those who make them feel seen, heard, and respected, and cultural wisdom enables you to do just that. In modern life, where globalization has brought the world closer together, this habit is more relevant than ever. Whether you're working in a diverse team, traveling for business or pleasure, or simply engaging in conversations with people from different backgrounds, having cultural wisdom makes you more adaptable and appealing. But it's more than just knowing the right things to say or do in specific cultural contexts. It's about showing respect for differences and finding common ground. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This perfectly encapsulates the essence of cultural wisdom, being a good listener, absorbing the richness of other cultures, and speaking with understanding and empathy when necessary. Take, for example, the world of business. Imagine a leader who is not only well-versed in their industry, but also possesses cultural wisdom. They understand the nuances of working with teams from different parts of the world and are able to communicate in ways that resonate with diverse groups. This kind of leader doesn't impose their own perspective, but instead adapts and finds ways to make everyone feel included and valued. As a result, they earn the respect and trust of their team, not because they are the loudest or most authoritative, but because they lead with understanding. This is a key component of silent attraction, leading without needing to dominate. But how can you develop this habit in your own life? It starts with curiosity and a willingness to learn. Cultural wisdom isn't something that you can fake or acquire overnight. It requires you to step out of your comfort zone and immerse yourself in new experiences. Start by reading books from authors around the world, watching films from different cultures, and engaging in conversations with people who have different backgrounds than your own. Ask questions, listen, and most importantly, be open to new ideas and ways of thinking. This not only broadens your knowledge but also deepens your empathy, which is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess. Another key to cultivating cultural wisdom is travel. While not everyone has the opportunity to travel extensively, even small trips can provide invaluable insights into different ways of life. When you travel, don't just stick to the tourist spots. Immerse yourself in the local culture, talk to the people, and try to understand their customs and traditions. This kind of hands-on learning is priceless and gives you a first-hand appreciation for the diversity of human experience. As Seneca once said, "Travel and change of place impart new vigor to the mind." By experiencing different cultures, you not only gain knowledge, but also build a sense of humility and appreciation for the vastness of the world and its people. You don't need to be an expert in every culture to develop cultural wisdom. It's more about having the mindset of openness and respect. For instance, if you're in a work setting and you know that a colleague comes from a different background, take the time to learn about their culture. This could be as simple as asking them about certain customs or holidays they celebrate. When you show genuine interest, people are more likely to feel comfortable and respected in your presence. This, in turn, creates deeper connections and fosters a sense of mutual respect. The ability to understand and appreciate different cultures makes you more flexible and adaptable in social situations, which adds to your silent charm. In your personal relationships, cultural wisdom can also play a significant role. Relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding, and cultural differences can sometimes present challenges. But when you approach these differences with curiosity and respect, you turn potential obstacles into opportunities for growth. It's about appreciating the richness that different backgrounds bring to the table, rather than seeing them as barriers. When you demonstrate this level of understanding, it strengthens your relationships and makes you someone who is easy to connect with on a deeper level. So, how can you apply cultural wisdom in your day-to-day life? Start by paying attention to the diversity around you. Whether it's at work, in your community, or even online, opportunities to learn about different cultures are everywhere. Take the time to listen, observe, and engage. If you're in a conversation with someone from a different background, ask thoughtful questions and listen to their experiences. You'll find that people are often eager to share their stories, and by listening, you not only learn but also show that you value their unique perspective. This kind of engagement not only enriches your understanding of the world, but also makes you more attractive, as people are drawn to those who respect and appreciate the differences that make us human. If you've made it this far, you're embracing the power of silent attraction. Drop a comment saying, "I embody quiet confidence," to show you're committed to mastering these 12 Stoic habits. Stay tuned, your transformation is just beginning. Habit number 9, the heartbeat of compassion. Compassion is often overlooked when we think about what makes a person silently attractive, but it is truly one of the most powerful traits you can cultivate. It's not just about showing kindness when it's convenient or offering help when asked. Compassion goes deeper. It's the ability to genuinely understand and feel the emotions of others, to connect with their experiences, and to respond with empathy and care. Compassion is at the very heart of human connection, and when you possess it, you naturally draw people toward you. As Seneca said, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." This quote perfectly encapsulates the essence of compassion. It's an ongoing practice, a way of living that sees every interaction as a chance to make the world a little better. And when you approach life with this mindset, it transforms not only your relationships with others but also the way people perceive and are drawn to you. Think about the most compelling and quietly confident people you know. Chances are, they're the ones who have a calm presence, who listen without judgment, and who are willing to lend a hand when someone is in need. These individuals don't need to boast or seek validation because their actions speak for themselves. Compassion makes them magnetic. When you practice compassion, you don't just appear kind, you are kind, and people can sense that. In today's fast-paced world, where so many interactions are transactional and superficial, true compassion stands out like a beacon. It's a quality that transcends words and creates a bond between people, even in silence. In modern life, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle, focusing on our own needs and ambitions while overlooking the struggles of those around us. But when you slow down and take the time to connect with others to understand their pain, their joy, and their challenges, you become someone who stands out, not for what you do, but for who you are. Compassion isn't about grand gestures or making a spectacle of your kindness. It's about being there in the small, quiet moments. It's a smile, a word of encouragement, or simply listening when someone needs to talk. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This Stoic principle of living with integrity and mindfulness applies directly to compassion, acting from a place of genuine care and never out of a need to impress others. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly listened to someone, not with the intent to respond but simply to understand? How often do you approach interactions with an open heart, ready to offer kindness without expecting anything in return? These are the questions that help us gauge whether we are living with compassion, and they also reveal why those who practice this habit naturally become more attractive to others. People gravitate toward those who make them feel seen, heard, and valued. Compassion, when practiced authentically, creates a powerful silent attraction because it resonates on a deeper, emotional level. It shows that you care, not just about yourself, but about the well-being of others. Consider the workplace, for example. We've all experienced moments when we were stressed or overwhelmed, and someone showed us kindness, a colleague who offered to help with a project, or a boss who took the time to ask how we were doing. These small acts of compassion leave lasting impressions, often more than any technical skills or professional achievements. People remember how you made them feel. The same is true in personal relationships. When you approach others with empathy and understanding, you foster deeper connections that go beyond surface-level interactions. Compassion builds trust, and trust is the foundation of all meaningful relationships. But how can you begin to cultivate compassion in your daily life? It starts with mindfulness and being present in the moment. As Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening is the first step toward compassion. When you truly listen to others, without interrupting, without thinking about your own response, you open the door to understanding their emotions and experiences. This kind of listening requires patience and the ability to set aside your own ego, which is a core Stoic principle. By focusing on the needs and feelings of others, you shift the attention away from yourself, and that's where silent attraction begins to grow. People are drawn to those who can step outside of themselves and offer genuine care. Compassion also means being willing to act when needed, not just in grand, heroic ways, but in the everyday moments of life. It's about offering support when someone is going through a tough time, or giving encouragement when someone feels down. It could be as simple as sending a text to check in on a friend, or taking a few minutes to help someone with a problem they're facing. These small acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but they create ripples that affect others in profound ways. They build a reputation of someone who is reliable, empathetic, and thoughtful, qualities that naturally attract others without the need for loud declarations or attention-seeking behavior. Let's also address the fact that compassion isn't always easy. It requires emotional strength, especially when dealing with difficult situations. Sometimes offering compassion means being patient with people who are hard to understand, or forgiving those who have hurt you. It's about seeing the humanity in everyone, even when it's challenging. But it's in these moments that compassion becomes even more powerful. It shows that you're not only capable of kindness, but also of grace under pressure. As Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Compassion, in many ways, is an act of bravery. It frees you from the constraints of selfishness and allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. The heartbeat of compassion is about living with an open heart. It's about choosing to see the good in others, even when they don't see it in themselves. It's about offering kindness without expectation and understanding that every person you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Compassion doesn't need to be loud or attention-seeking. In fact, the quietest acts of kindness often have the most lasting impact. So ask yourself, how can I bring more compassion into my life? What small actions can I take today to make someone else's life a little easier or brighter? By cultivating this habit, you not only become more silently attractive, but you also make the world around you a better place, one act of kindness at a time. Compassion is the thread that connects us all, and when you live by this principle, you naturally inspire others to do the same. And in that quiet inspiration, true silent attraction is born. Habit number 10, laughter the best medicine. Laughter is one of the most underestimated qualities when it comes to being silently attractive. While it might seem like an obvious aspect of human connection, laughter does more than just lighten the mood or fill awkward silences. It serves as a bridge between people, creating bonds that are often unspoken yet deeply felt. Laughter has a way of dissolving tension, breaking down barriers, and making you more approachable and relatable. As Seneca said, "It is more fitting for a man to laugh at life than to lament over it." This Stoic wisdom reminds us that laughter is not only a reaction to humor, but a powerful response to the challenges of life. When you're able to laugh, whether at yourself, at a situation, or even with others, you signal to those around you that you have a lightness of spirit, a resilience, and a perspective that isn't bogged down by negativity or stress. In a world that often feels heavy with responsibilities and pressures, being the person who can see the humor in life is incredibly attractive. Laughter doesn't just make you feel good, it makes the people around you feel good too. And that's part of its silent power. You don't need to be the loudest or most extroverted person to draw people in. You don't even need to crack a joke every few minutes. The real charm comes from your ability to find joy in everyday moments and to share that with others in a way that feels genuine and natural. There's a reason why people are drawn to those who can make them laugh. It's because laughter creates a sense of connection and trust, both of which are essential for building relationships. Whether in personal interactions or professional settings, a well-timed laugh can be the key to forming lasting bonds. Take a moment to think about someone you know who doesn't take themselves too seriously. How do they make you feel? Probably at ease, relaxed, and comfortable. That's because humor breaks down the walls we tend to put up in our everyday lives. It's easy to get caught up in trying to project a certain image, especially in a professional environment or when meeting new people. But when you can laugh at yourself or a situation, it shows that you're not overly concerned with perfection or appearances. It tells people that you're confident enough to be human, to make mistakes, and to find humor, even when things don't go as planned. This is incredibly disarming and allows others to drop their guard around you, making them feel more comfortable and connected to you. Laughter is also a powerful tool for resilience, which is a quality that Stoicism emphasizes. Life will inevitably throw challenges our way, setbacks, frustrations, and obstacles that could easily make us feel defeated. But when you're able to maintain a sense of humor through it all, you demonstrate a strength that's much more attractive than complaining or giving up. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you laugh in the face of adversity, you're showing that your inner peace is intact, that you're in control of how you respond, and that you're not letting life's difficulties shake you. This silent strength, paired with the ability to bring lightness to tough situations, is a rare and magnetic quality. In modern life, where we often face pressure to perform, succeed, and appear flawless, the ability to laugh is more valuable than ever. Think about the last time you were in a high-stress situation, maybe a deadline at work or a personal challenge, and someone lightened the mood with a joke or a lighthearted comment. Didn't it make everything feel a bit more manageable? That's the silent power of laughter. It shifts the energy in a room, allowing people to breathe a little easier, even if just for a moment. It's a reminder that we don't have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders all the time, and it invites others to take a break from their own worries. Habit number 11, the art of self-care. Self-care is often dismissed as a luxury, something that we'll get to only when we have time. But the truth is, self-care is not just an indulgence, it's a necessity for living a balanced and attractive life. If you think about it, how can you expect to be silently attractive to others if you're not even taking care of yourself? As Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Self-care is about doing what you need to do for yourself, so that you can be your best for others. It's not selfish. It's essential for maintaining your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. When you prioritize self-care, you naturally project confidence, calmness, and resilience, qualities that silently draw people toward you. Think about it. When you meet someone who clearly values their well-being, who takes the time to care for their mind and body, they often seem more grounded, more attractive, and more in control. This is the power of self-care. It's not just about pampering yourself or taking a break. It's about consistently making choices that support your overall health and happiness. When you practice self-care regularly, you become someone who is not easily overwhelmed by stress, who can handle life's challenges with grace, and who exudes a quiet confidence that others find appealing. People are drawn to those who take care of themselves because it signals that you have your priorities in order, that you respect yourself, and that you're capable of showing up fully for others. But self-care isn't just about going to the gym or eating healthy. It's also about your mental and emotional health. We live in a world where busyness is often glorified, where taking time for yourself can be seen as a sign of weakness or laziness. Yet, the reality is that neglecting self-care can lead to burnout, stress, and emotional exhaustion. It's in these moments of burnout that we become less effective, not only in our personal lives, but also in our relationships and work. As Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Taking time for self-care is not wasting time. It's investing in yourself so that you can be more present and engaged with the people and tasks that matter most. So how can you begin to cultivate the habit of self-care in your life? First, you need to recognize that self-care is personal. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person might not work for you. It's about identifying the practices that truly recharge you, whether that's getting enough sleep, meditating, exercising, or simply spending time alone to recharge your mental energy. Self-care also involves setting boundaries. One of the most important aspects of self-care is learning to say no when necessary. We often overextend ourselves, agreeing to commitments that drain us, whether it's social obligations, work tasks, or even family demands. Learning to prioritize your own well-being means recognizing when you need to step back and take time for yourself. This isn't selfish. It's about ensuring that you're at your best when you do engage with others. Another key element of self-care is reflection. The Stoics placed a strong emphasis on self-reflection as a means of personal growth. At the end of each day, take a few moments to ask yourself, how did I treat myself today? Did I take care of my physical and emotional needs? How can I improve tomorrow? By regularly checking in with yourself, you can make adjustments and ensure that you're giving yourself the attention you need to thrive. This kind of reflection is not only helpful for your own well-being, but also makes you more aware of how you show up in the world. As you become more in tune with your needs, you'll naturally become more present and mindful in your interactions with others. In modern life, where many of us juggle multiple responsibilities, self-care often takes a back seat. But what if you reframed self-care as a way to be more effective in all areas of your life? When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to handle stress, to be more productive, and to engage with others in a meaningful way. Think of it like this. If you're running on empty, you're not doing anyone any favors. Not your colleagues, not your family, and certainly not yourself. But when you're well-rested, mentally clear, and emotionally balanced, you're able to give more to the people and projects that matter to you. In this way, self-care becomes an act of service to others as well as to yourself. Habit number 12. The allure of independence. Independence is one of the most attractive qualities you can develop, and it's a trait that radiates silent confidence. True independence isn't about pushing people away or doing everything alone. It's about knowing that you can stand on your own when needed and having the inner strength to trust yourself. Independence allows you to move through life with a sense of purpose and self-assurance that draws people toward you. As Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Independence means mastering yourself, your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. When you are independent, you don't rely on the approval or validation of others. Instead, you are guided by your own values and beliefs, making decisions that align with who you truly are. In today's world, where many people are constantly seeking external validation, whether through social media, relationships, or careers, the allure of independence stands out even more. People are naturally attracted to those who don't need to be told what to do, who are comfortable making their own choices, and who aren't afraid to walk their own path. This kind of independence doesn't mean being distant or closed off. On the contrary, it creates a magnetic pull because it signals that you have your life in order, that you're capable of taking care of yourself, and that you don't need others to define your worth. Independence isn't about isolation. It's about creating space for healthy connections built on mutual respect rather than dependence. One of the most powerful aspects of independence is the ability to make your own decisions with confidence. So many people struggle with decision-making because they are worried about how others will perceive them or whether they're making the right choice. When you're independent, you trust your judgment. You've built enough self-awareness and inner strength to make choices that are right for you, regardless of external pressures. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When your mind is free from the constant need for validation, you're able to think clearly and act with conviction. This quiet confidence is incredibly attractive because it shows that you are grounded in who you are and where you're going. However, independence isn't something you achieve overnight. It's a habit you cultivate over time. It starts with small steps, learning to be comfortable spending time alone, making decisions without seeking approval from others, and standing firm in your values even when others disagree. Independence is built through self-reflection and self-reliance, but that doesn't mean cutting people off. In fact, independent people often have the healthiest relationships because they don't cling to others out of fear or insecurity. Instead, they enter relationships from a place of strength, offering support and love, without expecting someone else to fill their emotional voids. This creates a balanced dynamic, where both people can grow together without losing their sense of self. Take a moment to think about someone you know who exudes independence. How do they carry themselves? They likely aren't the loudest person in the room, but they have a presence that commands respect. They aren't constantly seeking attention or approval because they don't need it. They're confident in who they are and what they're capable of. This is the allure of independence. It speaks volumes without needing to say a word. People are drawn to those who have their own goals, who aren't afraid to follow their own path, and who don't rely on others to make them feel whole. Independence also plays a significant role in how you handle challenges. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be obstacles along the way. But when you're independent, you're better equipped to face those challenges head-on. You don't crumble under pressure because you've built the resilience to keep moving forward, even when things get tough. As Seneca said, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. Independence gives you the courage to live life on your own terms, to take risks, and to face difficulties without needing someone else to rescue you. This doesn't mean you can't ask for help when needed, but it means you approach problems with a mindset of self-reliance and strength. In modern life, independence is more important than ever. With so much noise from social media, news, and outside influences, it's easy to lose sight of your own values and priorities. Developing independence means tuning out the noise and focusing on what truly matters to you. It's about setting boundaries with people and situations that drain your energy, and choosing to invest your time in things that align with your goals and values. It's also about being comfortable with solitude, knowing that you don't need constant company or distractions to feel fulfilled. As we wrap up, I encourage you to take these Stoic-inspired habits and apply them to your daily life. Whether it's practicing inner strength, embracing silence, or cultivating independence, these principles can help you grow both personally and in your relationships with others. Remember, true attraction comes from within, through quiet confidence and authenticity. How will you begin incorporating these habits into your routine? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on how to live a mindful and empowered life. Tap the notification bell so you're always up to date with our latest content. Thank you for watching.